Nobody knows how the pyramids were built. Not really, not even close. And somehow, a modern stickman just got dropped into ancient Egypt with 24 hours to figure it out. This is going to be terrible. Welcome to the 24-hour Pyramid Survival Challenge, where the biggest threat isn't the heat, the labor, or the wildlife. It's the fact that historians, archaeologists, and the entire internet fundamentally disagree on what is even happening here. There are three main theories about how the Great Pyramid of Giza was built. Each one is more chaotic than the last. Our stickman will survive all three, or he will not. But first, let's set the scene. Egypt, the temperature is 40 degrees Celsius, which is the temperature at which people historically stop making good decisions. The Nile is right there. You're thirsty. Do not drink from the Nile. Schistosomiasis, dysentery, things that live in that water that have more legs than anything should. The stickman drinks warm beer instead. This is historically accurate. Ancient Egyptians drank beer to stay hydrated safely. It was low alcohol, thick, full of grain particles, and warm. It tasted like bread that had given up. He drinks it. He does not enjoy it. He drinks more anyway. Okay, now the theories. Theory 1, the Hollywood myth. You've seen it in every movie. A brutal pharaoh, thousands of enslaved people dragging stones under the crack of a whip. The slavery narrative largely comes from the Greek historian Herodotus, who visited Egypt about 2,000 years after the pyramids were built and asked some locals what happened. This is a bit like interviewing someone today about what happened in the year 23 AD and expecting a reliable account. But in the Hollywood version, our stickman has been drafted into a slavery scenario. He is not having fun. The block weighs 2.5 tons, the average weight of a modern car. He must drag this across the desert, using a wooden sledge, over sand, in 40-degree heat. While drinking warm grain beer, the Great Pyramid contains approximately 2.3 million stone blocks. If this is the real method, someone had to do this 2.3 million times. At the peak of construction, researchers estimate up to 100,000 people may have been working on site simultaneously. The logistics of feeding, organizing, and not losing 100,000 people in a desert is genuinely impressive, regardless of what else was happening. Our stickman pulls his block. He slips. The block does not move with him. He does, however, move under the block. He survives. Barely. The Hollywood theory is physically exhausting and emotionally devastating. And also, probably not true. Which brings us to Theory 2. Theory 2, the internet myth, aliens. This theory holds that ancient Egyptians, despite being an incredibly advanced civilization, could not have built the pyramids alone. Therefore, extraterrestrial beings visited Earth and either built the pyramids for them or gave them the technology to do so. This theory is popular on the internet. It is also, to put it professionally, not supported by any credible archaeological evidence whatsoever. The implicit assumption that ancient Egyptians needed alien help is also, archaeologists note, quite offensive to ancient Egyptians. But we promised our stickman all three theories. So here he is, in the alien timeline. The alien approaches. It has a laser. The laser is for cutting and levitating stone blocks with mathematical precision. The stickman is not allowed to touch the laser. He is assigned to hold the clipboard. The alien places 2.3 million blocks with terrifying efficiency. The pyramid is nearly complete in hours. This sounds good for our stickman. It is not. Because the alien then leaves. No instructions, no maintenance guide, no contact information. The stickman is standing alone in the desert with a pyramid and no idea how it was built. Which, ironically, is exactly the situation we started with. The alien theory solves nothing. It just moves the mystery to another planet. The stickman takes a long sip of warm beer and moves on. Theory 3. This is the one modern archaeology actually supports. In 1990, a horse stumbled near Giza and revealed the entrance to a burial ground. Inside were the tombs of the pyramid builders themselves. These were not the tombs of slaves. They were organized, respectfully buried, with inscriptions suggesting they were proud of their work. Further excavation revealed bakeries, breweries, a medical facility, fish bones, and cattle remains. These people were fed. Archaeologist Mark Lehner, who has studied Giza for decades, estimates up to 25,000 workers at peak construction. Fed, organized, paid, sometimes in bread and beer. The current leading theory is that these were rotating teams of Egyptian citizens serving as a form of national service. Basically, paying taxes with your body. Our stickman is now in this timeline. He has been assigned to a team called the Drunkards of Menkaure. This is a real name found in the archaeological record. The teams named themselves, competitively. There are records of teams competing over who could set the most blocks in a shift. This somehow makes it more chaotic. Not grim forced labor. Not alien efficiency. Just 25,000 people in the desert, competitively doing taxes. Our stickman joins the drunkards. His first job is to wet the ground in front of a moving stone sledge. This is a real technique. Wet sand reduces friction. A 2012 study by the University of Amsterdam confirmed that wetting sand can reduce the pulling force needed by half. Our stickman pours water. The stone moves. He is contributing to one of the most impressive structures in human history. He is also extremely sunburned. The temperature at the worksite around noon is estimated to have been brutal. Workers operated in shifts, often starting before dawn. Our stickman starts his shift at 4 a.m. The sky is still black. The beer he is given at this hour is, somehow, even warmer. He drinks it. He picks up his rope. The team chants. They begin to pull. Now, let's talk about what happens when someone gets hurt on this job. Because someone always gets hurt on this job. Skeletal remains from the worker. Tombs show evidence of healed fractures, arthritis, and spinal compression consistent with heavy lifting. These people were getting absolutely destroyed. But the bones also show signs of professional medical care. Ancient Egypt had sophisticated physicians. They had scrolls. They had procedures. Our stickman sprains his wrist pulling a block. He goes to the medical hut. The physician is very confident. This does not reassure him. The ancient Egyptian medical toolkit included willow bark, which contains salicylic acid, the precursor to aspirin, remarkably effective. They also used honey as an antibacterial agent. Modern medicine confirms this is genuinely effective. And then, the bread. Ancient Egyptian physicians used moldy bread on infected wounds. The mold on bread can produce natural antibiotic compounds, including precursors to penicillin. This is not a joke. Researchers in 2011 found antibiotic residues in ancient Egyptian bones. The medicine worked. It was also disgusting. Our stickman receives willow bark tea, honey on his wrist, and is told that if infection develops, he will also receive the bread. He does not ask about the cow dung. The cow dung, to be clear, was also sometimes used. It was believed to have healing properties. It did not. It had the opposite of healing properties. But you know what? The Egyptians were batting roughly 500. Willow bark. Great. Honey. Great. Moldy bread. Surprisingly great. Cow dung. Catastrophically not great. Our stickman keeps his mouth shut about the dung and is discharged back to work within the hour. Let's zoom out for a moment, because none of this answers the core question. How did they actually move and place blocks with such precision that a standard credit card cannot fit between them? The average gap between pyramid blocks is about 0.5 millimeters. That is tighter than most modern construction tolerances. With wooden sledges, and sand, and ramps, and rope, and warm beer, the ramp theory is the most widely accepted. But here's the problem. There is no agreed-upon design for how the ramp would have worked. A straight ramp to the top would have needed to be over a mile long and would have used more material than the pyramid itself. A spiral ramp wrapping around the pyramid sounds great until you realize you can't see where you're going and you're carrying a 2.5-ton block. An internal ramp theory exists. There is some evidence. It is controversial. Everyone in the field disagrees about it. Our stickman has now been assigned to ramp duty. He picks up his end of the rope. He begins climbing. The ramp is steep. The block is heavy. The drunkards of Menkaure are chanting behind him. He is chanting too. He does not know the words. The block reaches its position. The precision is extraordinary. Someone with a wooden measuring tool and a plumb line sets it perfectly. Our stickman watches this and feels, briefly, something like awe. Then he is told to go back down and get another block. He goes back down. He drinks warm beer. He goes back up. This is the work. It took an estimated 20 years to build the Great Pyramid of Giza. 20 years of this. And here is the truly cosmic joke at the center of all of this. The pyramid still stands. It has stood for 4,500 years. Every building ever built by any civilization claiming to have better tools has crumbled. The pyramids have not. It's the most surveyed structure in human history, and we still cannot definitively explain how certain parts of it were achieved. Not the slaves, not the aliens, not even the competitive tax laborers fully answer it. What we know is this: real people built it, tens of thousands of them, with tools we understand, using methods we still can't fully replicate. Our stickman has survived his 24 hours. He is sunburned. He has drunk approximately 11 jugs of warm grain beer. His back will never fully recover. He looks up at the thing he helped build, the thing that will outlast every language, every empire, every internet theory about it. He feels something. It might be pride, it might be the warm beer, it might be the beginning of a back injury that will take 3,000 years of medical advancement to properly treat. The most honest thing anyone can tell you about the pyramids is that we don't entirely know. And somehow that makes them more impressive, not less. Because it means that humans, 4,500 years ago, did something that still makes us go. Wait, how? And the answer, apparently, involves ramps, rope, precision geometry, organizational genius, rotating labor crews, and truly a lot of warm beer, which honestly isn't that different from how most impossible projects get done today. Our stickman is being carried back through the time portal on a stretcher. He gives a thumbs up. The thumbs up is very weak. If you enjoyed this descent into ancient mystery and occupational suffering, consider subscribing.